we asked you your top 10 stocks that we want us to take up very quickly. And we've gotten a lot of reviews about this and they like it. And the way it works, as you know, some of you may not know, we will flash the stocks one by one, the top 10 that you asked. And then April and Juanis will either show that they like or dislike the stock by raising their paddles. And well, as a reminder that these are their personal views and these are short-term views, and we'll focus on the immediate drivers of each stock. I just like also to point out that in the past, when April and Juanis agree, meaning they both like or both dislike the stock, on average, the stock price performs better than the index for the past how many times have we been done this? So they've been having a quite good batting average on this speed round. So guys, watch carefully and listen up and take down notes. All right. Or April and Juanis, are you guys ready for our speed round? Do you have your paddles? Do you have your paddles? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay. Ladies, can we have the first stock? Top of the list is Ayala Land. We have the chart here. I think Juanis, you've spoken about this already, but can you just quickly say a few things about this? There's a lot of foreign selling this stock, but what do you think?
Are you going to ask us our up and down?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Do you like it or you don't like it? Sorry about that. Oh, she doesn't like, he doesn't like, but April likes it. Juanis, ko muna. You don't like it.
Yeah, thank you, Marvin. Well, the problem here is we're still into a downtrend into Ayala Land. So I feel strongly that we could get a rally from here, but the rally could be short term. And until I see a reversal prospect, my tendency is to just follow the downtrend until it ends. So until I see that, I will stay on a defensive camp.
Downtrend pa. So April, let's look at the fundamentals. What are the drivers of this stock?
Yeah, so of course our positive view is more of the long term. It's part of my, the long term investment list where we think it's a good time to actually start doing your peso cost averaging, because I mean, think about it. Ayala Land has this large portfolio of assets across the country, and of course it has a very diversified source of income. It has malls, offices, and residential, even hotels. And I mean, it's a very rare opportunity right now that you can buy Ayala Land for the current valuation. Like right now, it's trading at teens PE, which is very attractive. It's very rare that you will see Ayala Land trading at these levels of PE, because usually it's like 20 plus times, 30 times, right? Of course, the risk. So why is it down so much? I think first of all, there are talks that there's this big foreign institutional investor who is exiting the stock, no? So aside from that, as I've said, right now kasi, di ba, the concern has shifted from inflation, rising rates, to economic slowdown. And of course, in a condition of an economic slowdown, you don't want to be buying growth-oriented issues or the beneficiaries of rapid growth, such as property stocks, no? And of course, di ba, may mga talks pa nga ngayon na residential sales or sales of condominiums are slowing down. So,
yeah, that's right.
For me, it's that, like, go down. I might not go up, but the price is just too attractive for me to, say, avoid it like the plague. So, I like it.
Yeah. Malaki lang ang foreign selling, and that's why I think the stock is really down. So, sige, very quickly, let's go to the next stock. Let's go through this. Okay, Metro Bank, higher interest rates, but they seem to be very conservative in their lending. You like it or you don't like it? April, Juanis? Oh, April likes it, but Juanis doesn't like it. Juanis?
Well, I guess I have to be consistent. Again, the trend is still on the downward path. So, yes, just similar to Ayala Land, this could rally back. Hopefully, we can go back to closer to 52. But after that, we'll have to see. We can penetrate that. I think it'll probably just go sideways. So, not that aggressive yet.
Yeah, all right. April? drivers of the stock?
Okay. So, okay, believe it or not, the banks are making a killing right now. They're benefiting from the very high rates because, as you would know, our bank deposits are still not earning anything, even with the rising rate environment. But the bank lending rates have been going up, so they are enjoying much higher margins. And if you talk to them, they are saying because of the reopening of the economy, the loan demand has picked up. So of course, that's benefiting them. And for Metro Bank, it has one of the best asset qualities, low NPL, high NPL cover, and because of that, they could set aside less provision and high levels of capital adequacy, which means it could again give out special cash dividends, giving it a high dividend yield among the different banks, and of course, very attractive valuations below book value pa, meaning it's pa, oh, ina-assume mo na ang dami niyang NPLs na kailangan i-write off, which of course we don't think will happen. Um, but again, I recognize that in the short term, it could be out of favor. And the reason that it is out of favor is, of course, in a rising interest rate environment or in a high interest rate environment with an economic slowdown, there are concerns that loan demand would weaken. Yung parang out of favor lang talaga ang banks. Kasi, di ba, pagka may slowdown, sila yung
Yeah,
tinatamaan ng mga higher NPLs, if ever, di ba, and weaker loan demand.
that's right. That's right. Okay, so hindi pa kayo nagkakasundo, Ali and Metro. But I guess the way we look at this, no, siguro if you're a value investor, April's just show you some value, but the chart doesn't look good at this point yet. So maybe let's look at the next one. What's the next stock? BDO, another bank. But I guess I think the latest here is about the Dennis Uy exposure, no? But I don't know. Juanis, April, do you like this stock or you don't like it? Juanis doesn't like it again, but April likes it. Juanis, still downtrend?
Yes, that's correct. Still downtrend. Although it's nice to see that the last reaction was making a higher low. So who knows? That could be the start of something good, but I need more proof in the pudding.
Yeah, not yet. April?
Yeah, similar naman to Metro Bank, it's benefiting from the high interest rates through better margins. And of course, BDO is more aggressive on the lending side compared to Metro Bank. So they are booking faster loan growth and attractive valuations also. Not as attractive as Metro Bank, but it's trading below historical averages. But similar to Metro Bank, sentiment for it and other banks are being hurt because of these concerns about slowdown in the economy.
Yeah. Yung kay Dennis Uy. Meron bang
Oo. Ano naman yon? It's so small naman eh. Parang
Okay.
less than 1%, if I'm not mistaken, because BDO is such a big bank and they've set aside provisions for their exposure already.
And fully collateralized naman yata.
Yes.
Okay. Sige. Let's look at the next stock. ACEN. Oh, mukhang nag-reverse na. Nag-golden cross yata to. April Juanis, do you like it? Do you like it? Oh, Juanis likes it naman, because of that crossover. But April doesn't like it. Okay, Juanis, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, Marvin, wala pa yung golden cross because
Wala pa?
the 200 days way up here and the 50-day hasn't crossed yet.
I thought
But it
there's
is starting to look, a downtrend line has been broken, and that's the reason why I'm giving you a green paddle on this. Right now, it's still into rally mode, and unless it breaks below 8 pesos, it will continue to stay in rally mode. So unless 8 pesos is broken, I'll still stay with a bias of a recovery.
Okay. April?
Yeah, so I think, one of the reasons why maybe it has performed better is because of the high prices of coal and oil. Because of that, renewable energy companies are more attractive, di ba? Kasi, di ba? Syempre, mas maraming hangin nag-isip, I'll buy, solar panel na from your house, di ba? Di ba, Marvin?
Yeah.
Anyway, yung mga ganon, di ba? So,
Nabista ka, Marvin. Nabista ka na.
so may ganong angle siya. But the problem is, again, expensive valuations. We've always highlighted that concern about AC Energy. Like the stock is trading at around 30 times PE versus other power companies which are trading at much lower PEs, like maybe even half or less. And recently, it said that it's going to sell its coal plant. And I'm not sure if it's pushing through, but the point is, yes, this coal plant is hampering it from being a 100% renewable energy company. But then again, this coal plant is one of its biggest
Profit center.
cash flow generators. So yeah, yung profits niya matatamaan in the short term because of this decision to exit completely from dirty energy and to be a completely renewable energy company.
Yeah, yeah. Pero yan din just a side note. Like maganda talaga ang solar, I mean so far it's getting cheaper na. So
yeah.
I want to look at solar sa bahay. Okay, sige. Next, let's get another one. Oh, Jollibee. Higher commodity prices can affect margins of this stock, I guess, no? So, April Juanis, you like it or you don't like it? Oh, wow, first time. They both like it. Juanis, okay ba yung charts?
Well, there has been a downtrend line break here, so I'm trying to squeeze whatever bullishness I can. But I know this is going to get stuck in a consolidation first. But I think it could be that the worst is over for Jollibee, and so on these bouts of weakness, maybe you want to be able to pick it up little by little. Not
Cool.
yet too aggressive, but I think the downtrend line breaking is a key initiative for the stock.
It's looking good so far.
Looking better.
Yep, looking better. April, how does the fundamental look?
Yeah, so earlier on, we've been talking about falling commodity prices. So definitely it should benefit. And then, we talked to management recently and we were quite surprised. They talked about the chicken joy shortage. And then the funny thing is, yung shortage that they're talking about is not because the suppliers can't supply, but they said, malakas daw talaga yung demand ng chicken joy. So yeah, there really is like a pickup in demand due to the reopening of the Philippine economy and greater mobility. And I think what's really exciting about Jollibee is, remember in 2018, I think they bought CBTL Smash Burger 2018, 2019, and it's finally turning around. Medyo consistent talaga tong news na sinishare nila na nagta-turn around.
That's good.
So there is, of course, maybe in the second quarter, third quarter, we'll still see margins being weaker because of high commodity prices. And the Chinese operations in the short term could be hit by China's zero COVID policy. Siyempre, they cannot operate their Chinese mga restaurants. So yun lang naman. But otherwise, we like Jollibee.
Good. I also like Chicken Joy. Incidentally, ladies in the tech back room, can you just summarize what they said? Maybe put it in a summary slide at the end, so that we can show it to the audience what April and Juanis like or dislike these stocks. Sige. Okay, let's go to the next stock. What do we have? Semirara. Wow, the chart's looking good. Juanis and April, you like it? Or you don't like it? Juanis, the charts looking good?
Well, I haven't seen this thing stop yet, and until I see the trend break, we're just supposed to hold the position. We just be wary, maybe don't need to be too aggressive anymore because it's been quite stretched. But right now, not seeing the trend ending as of yet.
April, ano na ba yung commodity tatamaan na kaya to?
Yeah. Actually, diba, usually naman I don't go against what my analysts say, but because we have a buy rating on this stock still at this point, And of course, I mean, if we look at PE ratios, etc., it's still cheap pa naman. It's benefiting from high coal prices and the tight power supply situation. The reason why I think it might be a good time to take profits for the meantime is first, especially this month of August. It was just announced while we were doing our briefing that SEC will be added to the PSEI index.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have this window na baka mag-rally siya because it's being added to the index. Eh, alam naman natin na pag nangyayari yon, usually it will go up, then after it will be sold down. So maybe, you think about it. And I'm also concerned kasi minsan wala mang problema yung stock. And then if the price of coal starts to go down, eh, kahit mura yan, baka bentahan, di ba? So, yun lang naman. Those two factors, like after it rallies because of the addition to the PSEI index, and of course, if prices of coal start to go down, which is happening na to all other commodities, then sentiment for Semirara and the price could go down. Yun lang.
Pwede na muna mag-take profits, parang
Take
ganon.
profits, yeah.
Just,
Or maybe
if I may,
lighten.
Just a word of note, Marvin.
Yeah,
Just adding, coal prices have not gone down.
not yet.
Yeah,
No,
not yet.
coal
Pero,
prices are staying at its all-time high, and that's why we're trying to figure out why is it so strong as compared to oil, which has already come back down quite a sizable amount. But coal seems to be staying where it is. Of course, some people are saying it's because people are falling back to that commodity while they can't get all the oil they can because of what's happening in Ukraine and
yeah.
Russia.
There
So
are
they're
also
resorting to picking up that energy source.
natural gas problems.
Pero itong falling commodity prices could hurt sentiment. Sentiment, but not coal yet.
Not
Well,
yet, pero
I guess that if it falls down, I think it will hurt Semirara. So it's currently at the previous high. So if that backs off, she may be right. I mean, that could be a potential risk.
That's right.
I guess if you own this stock, maybe you should look at coal prices.
Yeah.
Monitor it closely to see if the trend is reversing already.
Yeah. Okay. Sige. Next, we have number 7, Metro Pacific, highly regulated business. Will they be a beneficiary of the current administration? Kaya, so we'll see. You like it or you don't like it? Juanis? April likes it. Juanis doesn't like it. Juanis, downtrend pa rin?
Well, we just come from a new low. It's managed to make a rally. Admittedly, the rally was stronger than what I anticipated, but so far the rally did not break back to the previous high. So I looked at the medium-sized view of this chart, and it still looks like a downward price channel. And we're coming towards the high band of that. So I really don't see any interest until we see a breakout above.
Yeah. Okay. Technically speaking, fundamentally, April?
Yeah. So, well, earlier on, I talked about how these are defensive, like power, water, and toll roads. So that should be good in the current environment. And aside from that, finally, this toll road business of theirs, with the long gestation period, is starting to come online, di ba? A lot of the toll roads are finally starting to contribute to the bottom line. And in the next few years, we'll have some more. And the valuations are very attractive for this stock. I think in terms of market cap, parang you're only paying for their Meralco business, no? Of course, the risk is regulatory uncertainties. We don't know. And I think that has always been the case for MPI. Investors are concerned about, regulations against it, no? So that's why maybe sentiment for the stock is not good.
Yeah. Uy, may chismis JG Summit sold Meralco. Yung Metro Pack daw yung bumili.
A portion of their Meralco.
Yung chismis pa lang ba yun?
Yeah.
Or was it disclosed na? Parang wala pa.
Wala pa.
Wala pa, no? But anyway, so that's interesting. Going back to revenge travel na ba itong mga toll roads? Kaya dumadami na. Okay. Next stock. Dito. Will China support this? April Juanis, do you like it or you don't like it? You don't. Oh, they don't like it both. Juanis?
I don't think our story has changed since you've been asking us about data for the longest time. The trends remain the same. It's been coming to new recent lows and highs are getting lower. I can't change my cast until I see a trend change here.
Yeah. Chart doesn't look. April? Where are the
Yeah.
valuations?
Well, I think well, the fact that they're getting subscribers is actually, I guess, the reason for excitement among some investors and of course the strong partner in China Telecoms. But that said, sila na rin naman nagsabi, they're not expected to be profitable until 2026 and we're only at 2022. And the cellular phone industry is very mature to the point that I think if you look at Globe and PLDT, if they talk about the mobile phone business, masaya na sila to 2%-3% growth. So it means that Ditto actually has to think about grabbing market share from these two incumbents, which might be more difficult. And aside from that, remember that they had the rights offering that was delayed. And because of that, nalulugi pa yung company. Where are they gonna get the funds, diba? It's going to be very challenging in the next few years for Ditto.
Yeah.
So medyo maaga pa. Medyo maaga pa.
Medyo, yeah, hirap. I mean, di ba? Good subscribers, but I guess mahirap pa makita yung profits ito. Ano? Sige. Next, AREIT. Is this a better alternative to Ayala Land? April Juanis, do you like it or you don't like it? Like April Juanis likes it. Second na. Okay. Juanis, parang hindi pa nagbe-break. But do you like
I'm not answering your question about whether it's a better alternative to Ayala Land, but I'm only going to answer whether the trend looks better. I mean, I do see a downtrend line break, and that happened towards the beginning of July. Now I'm seeing a little bit of consolidation, which, cross my fingers. I hope that it can break out of that. If not, we'll probably see it retest the low. But I think it'll probably just do that and not go to a lower low anymore. And if somehow we get a better pullback in yields of this might start looking attractive again. So potentially this could be another trade.
Okay, like it. April, you like it also? You like it also?
Yeah. So I mean, I talked about REITs in general and the REITs that we have in the Philippines so far, no, yung mga nagli-list. Almost all have attractive assets with resilient rent, like puro mga offices na may PESA accreditation. Alam naman natin the BPOs are coming back right now and the office sector is still improving. They have high occupancy rates. And then aside from that, AREIT has Ayala Land as a sponsor. And we know Ayala Land has a lot of rental assets that it could potentially inject into AREIT. And again, in a falling interest rate environment, if you have defensive companies like AREIT that will have to pay out cash dividends, because it's like, for me, the major risk at this point for those who are relying or thinking that Ayala Land will be injecting assets, there might be some delays. Kasi ako lang, yung napag-uusapan lang namin is, of course, remember, for example, AREIT did the share placement. Okay, the share placement was 39 pesos. Okay. And then when Ayala Land bought shares, it was at 44. Okay. So, syempre right now it's doing 36. The question is, are they willing to issue shares at 36 to get assets from the parent, di ba? Parang lugi sila. It's quite confusing, but alam naman natin na when the prices are high, that's the most opportune time for companies to issue shares to buy assets, di ba? Ngayon na mababa siya, would they do that? Di ba? Baka ayaw ng AREIT. And in the same manner, pag tinawaran niya si Ayala Land, syempre tatawaran niya si Ayala Land, di ba? Eh, papayag ba si Ayala Land na ibenta yung asset na, oy, ano ka, siniswerte, di ba? Murang-mura mong bibilin. So, may ganong, I think at this point, baka may ganong argument. That's not only for AREIT, it's for all REITs in general at this point because you know, like right now, 6+%, 7%, you can buy. I mean, REITs provide those levels of dividends at this point. And yes, I'm quite confident you will get those yields. The problem is you might not see some growth at this point because I feel that a 7% dividend yield might not be compelling or attractive for both sides
To
to purchase assets.
to pump in. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, good. Sige, incidentally, we will have a conversation with them. We're already
Yeah.
arranging a
Well,
conversation with AREIT. Yeah, I think
maybe
next
that's a
month.
question we can ask them, you know, like how, if prices stay where they're at, are you committed to do asset injections? Or, you know, potentially, actually, one angle they could do is if they can borrow money cheaply,
Yeah.
then they could
Uh,
use that angle, no?
but in terms of the dividend, okay ka na dito, di ba? I mean,
Ano,
sustainable.
it's yung, yeah, kung masaya ka na sa mga 5+%, at
5.8.
least, you know, yeah, AREIT is, kumbaga parang, syempre, I mean, Ayala always trades at a premium. The other REITs probably provide you north of 6%. AREIT will provide you a dividend below 6%. But if you feel that you want, you know, a more branded, ano, a more branded REIT, then, yeah, it's okay na.
Yeah. Good. Sige. Anyway, for the audience, look out for that. No, baka next month we will have Ayala Land and AREIT in a conversation to ask more of those questions. Sige. Oh, we have one more stock in our top 10. Mega World. Stock remains cheap, but ano ba to? Ano bang tingin nyo dito? Do you like it or you don't like it? April Juanis? April likes it. Juanis doesn't like it. Juanis?
Well, just like many of the other property companies, they're still very much into decline. I know it's been trying to hold on to a base, and I need a little bit more of a breakout or a push over that red moving average. So I'll stay defensive for now. I'll be watchful of a potential rally.
Okay. April?
Yeah, so similar to Ayala Land, again, I know that the sentiment could stay weak due to uncertainties of the economic growth outlook and, of course, high interest rate environment, etc. You know, property companies are companies you buy during periods of an economic recovery, not when there's risk that the economic conditions could deteriorate. But Mega World, I think, is a good company. Because it has a large portfolio of townships across the country already. I don't even know how many they are anymore kasi ang dami na nila. And among the property companies, they have the largest portfolio of office properties, no? And the valuation is very attractive.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. So there you have it. We have top 10 of your most requested stocks. Ladies, are we ready with the summary of all of these likes or dislikes of Juanis and April, so that we can let our audience see what are the stocks that they like, what are the stocks they don't like, and they don't agree on. Yun. So they only have AREIT and Jollibee that they both like it, both fundamentally, technically, and they don't like Dito at the same time. And the one in the middle, medyo fundamentally okay with Ali, Metrobank Video, but the chart, and Metro Pacific and Mega World, but the chart doesn't look good. On ACEN, ACC naman, the chart looks good, but the fundamentals is not as favorable. So yun. So I'd just like to point out now that these are snapshots, no? What the charts are saying now, what are the fundamentals are saying today. But again, this is a more or less of a short-term view. I'd like to remind the audience, short-term views ni April and Juanis, and things may change depending on the developments regarding these companies. And but it should give you a good guidance of these stocks.